Oh, this has started already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mondo with the theme song.
Mondo with the theme song. Let me see. Bless you.
All right, great intro. So, I mean, it's probably been...
Welcome to the Jolly Friends podcast.
Okay.
Here today is Tori 7.
Man Mondo 55.
And Deshammers.
Alright, I feel like we have a lot we can talk about, but first,
It's been a while.
it has been a while. We have a lot that's gone on in the last week, I'd say.
Yes, sir.
Been a pretty crazy week.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely gained some more street cred by one of us from this table.
Hey, does your shirt say "Yeah, Mom" or "Yeah, Mon"? Okay, it says "Yeah, Mon."
It makes sense if it was yeah, Mom. My mom got it for me, so.
Yeah, but what is it? Daffy Duck with dreadlocks?
Yeah, Rasta duck.
It's a pretty cool shirt.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
Okay.
Got it, she got it from Mexico or something. She did some cruise. And so, they got one of the places to stop at. I don't know where it was, but she came back.
Maybe it was Central America.
Yeah, oh, Belize. I bet it's Belize.
Yeah, I bet it was Belize.
That's it. Good guess. Alright. Behind the point. One of us, become a little bit of a, done a little prison time. I'm not gonna, not prison time. Done jail time.
Jail and prison are different things, people.
Very different things, indeed.
When it comes to listeners, basically the same. One of us, though. I mean, was it me?
Alright, it was me.
Alright.
Yeah, I got arrested this week
What? Yeah.
for a very stupid reason. I had to spend a night in jail. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Armando was with me, but he
Accomplice.
decided not to go to jail with me.
Yeah, I took off. Cops couldn't catch me.
Yeah.
While I was running away, I was like, guys, get away from the cop speed.
Armando's a lot more skilled criminal than I am.
He's a lot more practiced, so he's
Yeah,
all good.
I'd say I'd have some experience.
Evan with no experience.
But the most speed
Yeah.
in the high, I can scale some fences. So if I need to run
In
away,
terms of talking with the police, and I'd say I'm very skilled in knowing what to say, be from so many interactions I've had with the police.
let's remember one key thing: if one of us get pulled over, I have the advantage. I'm white.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay. So I already have
Yeah,
that
of
for me.
course.
I'm the fastest and white. So either way, and first they ain't gonna be expecting me to ever run away
Yeah, but you'd be the easiest to tackle.
if they catch me. You think most of the cops in Nebraska would catch me? This isn't Miami Vice.
You never know. As soon as they grab your shirt, they got you.
Rip that off.
I'm pretty sure the time me, Armando, Joey, Richard, Nicole, and
Shout out to Richard.
went to Denver, Armando and Joey, what were you on?
We were on probation.
Probation?
Yeah, we weren't even supposed to leave the county or something like that. We got pulled over. I don't know were we in Colorado yet?
We were in Colorado.
We were in Colorado. We were out of
We were
state.
driving through a work zone.
Construction
zone.
It was supposed to be speed limit of 55.
55. I think Joey was going 85.
Joey was going like 85 miles an hour.
And I think we got off the hook on that because we had a white girl in the car.
Telling you, that's
Yeah. Oh,
looking.
and the thing about that was, it was Joey's birthday, and so he told the cops, he's like, yeah, it's my birthday. Showed him his ID and stuff like that. Well, since it's your birthday, then I'm going to drop your speed down to say you were going 65 instead. So, I mean, he still got a ticket and stuff like that.
But not.
It's still like a $300 fine.
Yeah,
It's still
but
fair.
from 85 to 65, that was a
What was
a
the
big deal.
range? Or what was the limit?
What do you mean the limit?
For like the area you're in? 55?
Yeah, it was 55.
So 10
Well,
over.
fines are doubled.
Oh, just construction?
Yeah,
Okay,
so...
that's right.
And and so when he went and looked up the names, I guess nothing popped up, and we just went on our way. We still went to Colorado, and
And the rest
that
is history.
that was a fun
The
night.
cop that pulled us over, you could tell was a newbie. He didn't have the naturalness of coming up to you and talking and trying to trap you into a crime so he can arrest you,
He just arrested you anyways.
Joey, man, I've gotten some crazy altercations with the police with Joey Munoz. Of course, the time that we actually got in trouble, there was one time we were driving around, but there was another car in the area paintballing cars. So they were driving around shooting cars with paintballs and paintball guns. And They pulled us over.
Because you're Mexican.
Probably. It was me, Joey Cruz, and Lewis, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think Jordan McBride was with us.
Yeah, well...
Oh, that could have got you off the hook.
Yeah.
And so the cops were like, do you have anything? Can we go and search your car? And then Joey's like, yeah, go search the car. Me and Joey were the only ones in the car that knew that he had some big old knife blades. You know, Joey. These things were way longer than your palm.
His zombie defense tools.
Yeah, so they were way longer than his palm and everything. And there were some big knives. Those were in the center console. And for some reason, the guy probably was like, they can't fit no paintball gun in there. So they didn't bother to check. So they didn't find those knives. They did find a wood shop project I was working on. And it was a little piece of wood. And I spent like 5 days straight just sandpapering it to get it to a bat. And they're like, what's this? I was like, oh, that's my wood shop project. And they're like, you going breaking windows with this and stuff? And
Ooh.
But at this point at the time, they were at the trunk. So they were already like completely done with the search. And the way he said it was like a joking matter. And I'm like, no, come on, officer. And then he's like, all right, well, if you guys see any guys driving around shooting cars with paintball guns, just give us a call. And we're like, all right, yeah. And then we were on our way. But, yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by the police department. Get yourself some.
I want to hear any of Evan's run-ins with police.
I think you have some warnings.
Yeah, lots of warnings.
Yeah, I've had probably 4 or 5 speeding
12, 15 warnings.
I don't...
Have you ever had a speeding ticket?
No.
Neither have I.
There we go.
Kudos.
Doesn't matter if you're white or brown.
I've had one. Yeah.
Or Asian, though.
Asian. Yeah.
That's stereotype right there. Asian driver.
They come after you when you're Asian.
I don't know. The only thing we've had was one time I was with my friend and he got in trouble for throwing rocks off the roof at cars. But they didn't get me anything. We had a little minor, so they got him and then they, he had to go in the paper, but they couldn't say his name because he's minor.
Yeah.
Talking about he threw rocks at people. It was either I left or something. I don't remember how it worked out, but I didn't get hit with anything.
Were you throwing rocks?
No, I was kicking with him.
Dang.
I'm not that dumb.
Hanging out with criminals.
I knew that how much money was important because when I was a little kid, we didn't have much, so I wasn't going to be trying to lose all my money, all my parents' money, throwing rocks through someone's window.
Well, good thing Mondo and I live in this household to give this household some street cred. Evan definitely is not supporting on that factor. But I've been arrested twice now. Twice in the past 3 years. Definitely not going to get arrested anymore.
2 strikes. Going that 3-strike system. Hopefully, we'll find out soon. Hopefully, it was just, arrest, nothing more. Hopefully.
Too many fines and
hopefully we don't lose them.
Bonds.
Just jail for a while. This podcast get a little dull, just 2 people for a couple weeks.
Who knows what will happen. But on a better side of news, I was the first to pass level 20 in Destiny.
Always have to have a positive side. But since then, I don't know if he's even upgraded.
Oh, I've lost a few days since then.
Yeah, apparently they didn't let you bring your Xbox One to jail. So
yeah,
he lost about 2 days by the time things are done.
But I mean, our last podcast we did was the day Destiny dropped.
Yeah,
so it's been what?
So
2 weeks now.
We've gone a lot of levels. It's been a week and a half, probably.
Week and a half.
Yeah. So we've definitely grown a lot. I mean, it didn't take long to grow in that game.
Is your opinion still the same?
I think so. I'm still kind of addicted to it. It's just fun to play. I just like to grind and to play with people, and it's cool to just be able to do whatever.
Definitely, I'm still a 10 out of 10 game for me.
What do you think, Mondo?
To be honest, I need to cut back on some Destiny. I spent a lot of time on it in the past week. Just not so well on some of my school tests.
Yeah, apparently
I got
Destiny questions on their tests. So.
Yeah, if they had a Destiny on there, you best believe I would have aced every test on there.
Yeah, Evan told me the average play time
per someone on a weekday is 3 hours. So that people play
a day.
Every time they turn it on and play.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
And then on weekends it's 4 hours.
Oof.
So I'm feeding a statistic probably. I'm usually on.
Yeah, you're probably why so high.
No, there's some people get on all day. I played on a couple 2 days ago. And I was playing with my friends. I jumped on after we went to bed, and we were playing with this British guy, and then they had a friend that was mutual that was in England too, or somewhere in that area, because he had the accent like that. And he went and like he joined the party and they started talking, and they're talking about how they like got up at like 7, and just like one guy talked about how he farmed this area for 8 hours.
Jeez.
Straight for gear, 8 hours straight.
That's insane.
That's nuts, huh? And I was like, oh shoot, I didn't say anything. You know, I'm just like, you know, shooting, trying to go through the level. But I was like, man, that's crazy. Them Brits. Man.
Dang, son, you live with your parents.
Shout out to the Brits doing it big.
Yeah, if you're a teenager and you're going ham on Destiny, you know,
it's different.
It's different. You're living at home,
especially if you do have activities. Like there's a kid I work with, and he's a junior, senior, I don't know which one, but he can play. Like, he just plays till like 2 a.m. at nights, and he gets like 4 hours, you know, in because he doesn't have to really do much homework, or he gets off work at 9. He can play 10 to, you know, whatever. So, you know, if you're in high school, it's easy. When you're supposed to be doing life and work, and I mean, maybe if you do like, if you don't have a weekend job, you know, if you're just all your hours in the week and you have the weekend off, I don't mean maybe.
I was actually surprised with Destiny. I looked on GameStop and like Amazon on their reviews. Like,
people are bashing it big time.
Yeah, not getting great reviews. That's surprising to me.
But I mean, those reviews don't stop me.
But
maybe if I had never bought the game first and saw them,
I kind of think it's like a like Call of Duty game. You know what I mean by that? Like, it's less dumb. So, there's more.
So it takes more than your $400 rent check to fraternity to build and play.
It's more than just running around shooting people.
Yeah.
Which Destiny's a lot of that, but it's basically that until you hit level 20, and then the game just
it's different. Yeah, it's a different game.
Just changes and.
Well, because now they have, you know, they're obviously putting in new playlists and everything else, and they got that raid playlist, and you know that happened just earlier in the week, where that first group went in, almost took them 11 hours, you know, hundreds of kills later, hundreds of deaths later, here they are, and they beat it, in first team ever. Bungie accepted it, but shoot,
that's crazy. 11 hours.
Yeah, for a team of 6, and I'm sure that they're beating faster now, but.
So can you like play through it and then everyone just like stop, pause, save it at a certain point, or is it has to be one straight playthrough?
I don't know. I bet they played straight through.
We won't know until we do one.
Yeah, we need 3 other
Shout out
members.
to Destiny players. So you listening to this and you got Xbox Ones, give us your gamer tag and
comment your gamer tag.
Hey, but no busters allowed. This is a buster-free zone.
There's quite a few busters. It's
been ridiculous. When you're dragging team, like there's this guy, me and you're playing with. His name was like Bettis or something, but we were calling him Butts.
I thought it was Butts.
One of the worst person I've ever played with. He was like, imagine if you were
worse than Jordan McBride.
Yeah, imagine if you were running the marathon race and you had a ship anchor tied to your ankle. That's what it felt like trying to progress to this level.
I mean, the guy probably died 20 times in the strike.
One of the best times we did the strike. I don't remember where it is. It's in Mars, maybe.
Yeah,
you have to fight the
Mars.
ball. And you have to face the tank, and then you face the big guy with the like gun, and he keeps walking back and forth. And probably the best part was when he was standing out there trying to shoot the tank, and he said,
well, I was like, I saw Evan. I saw Butts run by me, and I'm like, hey, Evan, watch out. Butts is by you. Evan turns around. Guy gets blasted. Direct hit on the tank.
And I was like, shoot. And I sat there and revived him. Sat there and I was like, I can't even look out the side of the rock because I'm going to get shot with a rocket. I watched him die 3 straight times in a row. Didn't move a single thing. He kept shooting. Probably didn't even do any damage. He's probably shooting the other guys around him. It was bad. And then we had the guy next one, Mythic, or... No, who was it? It was
I don't remember his game tag.
I just remember
he was a wild card.
The wild card.
Wild card, man.
He was just running the places and started gunning up.
He was like he constantly was just running around, just going ham, going crazy. So
I don't know. I mean, it was good. He was at least could get kills though. He was as much as he.
It's fun playing with just random people because you never know.
Unless.
What you're gonna get.
Like you had earlier where they just quit.
Yeah, that's been a problem lately.
I don't get why people get on and then you're fighting through, and then they quit, acting like they're gonna get paired up with a level 28 that's gonna kill all four of them.
Yeah, now people have been playing more.
It's just people are just
dropping out,
mooching now, trying to get them high level guys, so then they get on and they just rip the benefits. And
because like out of years, you guys are doing just fine, and then I know both of them quit.
Yeah, and then I was alone and I got my ass kicked. So
I couldn't join you yet. You weren't close enough to the end for me to jump in.
But then you did do that lingering move.
All right, here's what happened.
A public event.
Public
with
events.
A minute left.
Public events.
Jumped in to reap the rewards.
They're good because one, there's achievement for get 10 of them, but you can do public events and get marks, maybe some rare crafting items, and so I got one, and then Andy, he was in one while I was playing right next to me on their screen. So I look over, I'm like, dang, Andy, he's in a public event. So I went on my friends list, just joined him. So I got to right at the end. They're doing the ones, the drill, we have to stop the 3 locations for them stopping it. And he was towards the end of the second one, so I jumped in and was able to fight the third one and end up getting the achievement on it. Got marks. I got 7 marks from it, or 5, I think, 3 from the mission into that, and then I got a shard, ascending shard that I needed for upgrade one of my legendary gears. Yeah. So it was just a win all around.
Yeah, the anger came out of jealousy.
Yeah, it worked out well. That's what teamwork do. I was reading something about what people have been doing is just patrolling the map around the area, or 2 for maps, and then when the public event comes, invite that person, the other people on your team, so y'all can get the public event. So I was just basically doing the same thing, being proactive. But then, not only being a scavenger, call me Mantis for the rest of the time.
We'll talk about it.
Preying on him.
I just want to throw it out there that
I did help Mondo though. I jumped in.
Oh yeah, you helped me earlier, but that was payback for getting you past the impassable part in that one thing where I had Jesus on my side.
Yeah, that was probably one that I wish.
Shout out to Jesus.
Always shout. That was crazy one because that one when we did that one, we did me, Mondo, and then our friend Jordan
McScrub. Yeah, McScrub.
We were playing. He jumped on Andy's profile because Andy was at work, the Chalmers, and we were playing. We were playing that one where you have to defend the room 3 times. As it gets relics or something from the doorway. It's the same level in the moon where the sword is. In the 3rd round, there's all these wizards.
Yeah,
and me and Jordan died.
In that one.
Yeah, me and Jordan died.
Because I did it
again. Yeah, we did that before trying to get it. We couldn't get it. So died. We were sitting there right next to her dying. Mono took out 4 or 5 wizards trying to get to us, and then when he got into the room, he took so long fighting the wizards that I was done scanning. And so as soon as he came back in the room, we popped back to life with the checkpoint, and I ran out of there and got to farther away because they were fighting him.
Mondo.
It was ridiculous because beforehand, the idea that I was trying to do was if they went down, that I would go and hide in the hallway. But each time before I finally passed that part, or we did, they'd just flank me. So then I'd have wizards on both sides, and I'd always die.
Yeah.
And this time, when I went to the room, I went all the way back there, and I found that wizard, and I went and killed him first. And then I came back, and then I would go back into the main room and draw 1 wizard or 2 wizards at a time, and just bring them back to the hallway.
It was the thing about.
Wait, because I was doing that. I'd draw them out into that hallway.
And then the guys behind you.
But then the guys behind me would always get me.
There was only one person behind Mondo the whole time. He was just a little scrub guy that Mondo didn't have to worry about because he shot him every once in a while.
I was doing that, and there was 2 knights and a wizard that were always behind me.
Nothing happened to Mondo. It was just
I took those suckers out, son. That's the first thing I did was go and take them out.
And then spawn back.
Yeah, there you go.
So we did that. We went through the level. It was a Fogoth or Folog, whatever his name was. We went through, and we got the part where we had to unchain him and try to beat it. And Mondo had a rugby game.
I had to wake up earlier, so
he's I'm done. He's I can't handle this. So me and Jordan are doing it, and Jordan jumps out right away and dies.
Yeah.
And so he's just laying out there, and I'm like, all right, I'll see if I can do this. Worst comes to worst, I can try to find people, invite them. I'm going. I'm basically. You start out in that room where if you walk out the door, you see the guy chained up. I was shooting him until the little spinner comes down and starts shooting at you, and I run back into the room behind it. Sat behind the wall till everything disappeared out of the room, and then went back, shot him. I was doing that for 30 minutes, and then eventually the point where Jordan's controller turned off and is kind of sitting in activity. And so he has the idea. I was like, Jordan, what if you go back to orbit? and see what happens, just to be sure. So Jordan went back to orbit. I re-invited him. Jordan comes back full health, ready to go. So then me and him did the same thing, back and forth for another 15 minutes. Killed the guy, because this is a level 24 strike, or level 22. Can't remember which one.
Oh, speaking of 24, Rams-Cowboys game is 24-20. Cowboys driving.
Woo! Wait, Cowboys are up? Or
No, they're down.
Well, they're driving.
But they're driving.
Des Bryant was pretty open on that last play we saw. Damn, that was awesome.
All right, Evan, what's the next topic?
So Destiny's a good game. It's fun. We enjoy it.
Destiny's top. It's probably one of my favorite games.
Destiny's top 10 games I've ever played.
By far.
It is.
And it's hard to put it up there, with
But,
Super Mario 3 and those kinds.
Do you think the new content will consistently be like free content?
I don't know. That's gonna be the worst part.
Because I like the way Grand Theft Auto did it. I don't know if I explained this, but like instead of just having like DLC for Grand Theft Auto Online, they give you free content like updates with like and adds new stuff that
I'm hoping that's what it is.
Everyone has access to. But the catch is the missions suck, and you can only get so much money for the missions, and all the good stuff costs like hundreds of thousands. So then you kind of want to just pay real money to buy the fake money. So that's how they make their money.
So it'll be a little different because Destiny doesn't have that in game.
Yeah, so
I don't know how it'll work.
Yeah.
Save up that glimmer.
Save that glimmer up.
All right, so I mentioned it a little bit because I talked about you guys being gone next day, but they had their first little rugby tournament, rugby triangular. I don't know what they call it.
I've had an interesting week.
Andy's not only got his first jail time,
first night I've spent in jail,
and
first person to level
20,
up,
and
20.
the other first
game.
First ever rugby game he played.
I didn't get to play very much because I was a newbie, and I had no idea what most of the people were talking with the rugby lingo and stuff. So,
but just remember, Aaron Rodgers didn't play for 6 years.
That's true.
And then outlook. So in fact, you barely played. You're already ahead of his schedule.
But that's a great way to look at that.
Schedule.
But it's pretty fun. I mean, I'll definitely keep playing.
If you can,
just to give me stuff to do.
That's good. Well, so
the team did well.
Yeah, Mondo, what do you think? You're out there playing.
I thought our current team pretty good.
Yeah, we there's some South Africans that come up, and anybody that knows about rugby is in South Africa. It's huge. It's basically equivalent to what football is in America.
And they tore it up.
Yeah, and they're good. They're pretty tall. They're a little on the small side, but it doesn't matter because we didn't really play any.
And they know how to play the game.
Yeah, we didn't play any big athletes, so there wasn't any big guys fast enough to tackle them. So I mean, they weren't in any.
The first game, I think all three of them scored like twice. I mean, they just tore it up.
There you go. See your weapon. Shout out to Nebraska Carney recruiting.
Yeah, and we also paired up with some team from, where were they from? Missouri?
They're from Missouri.
And so, I mean, we had a lot of guys, and so we were switching in and out. And
team from Missouri came up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they hoard on.
Yeah,
in a good way.
It's called whore, yeah. So if you combine teams or just random players that show up and they want to play on your team, they're a whore. And so
if you let in random people and let them play around,
they're whores.
They're whore, yeah. But we're proud whores, though.
Yeah, every game at the end, you gotta give that hurrah to the horse.
Yeah.
But, hurrah.
But yeah, we did pretty good. We won both our games.
I mean, the Wayne game played the Wayne B team, which is pretty much the A team except for like 5 players.
What were the 5 players?
Some
rugby conference,
like brown guy.
Oh, they're just like, I guess they're really good players that they don't want to get hurt.
So it's in play.
So,
yeah, the thing about what I didn't like about the Wayne team is that they played almost a full game, or it was a full game before they played us.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is that since it was a full game, they played a team with everybody that had little to no experience,
and they killed them.
They killed them. So it was just like that. That's like not even fair. And then when they play us, obviously they heard about how well we did our first game. Then they decided to we'll cut the minutes to 30-minute halves, and then we'll play some A guys. But
so you think they did that on purpose? So in case you guys actually did beat their A team.
Yeah, because it was in the hometown. It was their tournament. So, of course, if they felt threatened, then that's what I thought. I think they felt threatened.
I mean,
so
the A team played the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the full guys
absolutely destroyed that team.
And then a couple of their players...
Eric Haskell.
Yeah, a couple of their good players,
the other
star players left.
Didn't even have any subs or anything.
They're already ready to do go and get drunk already.
But, basically, if our current team would have beat that Wayne team with their A team, it would have been equivalent to, like, Appalachian State beating Michigan.
Yeah, pretty much, basically. But the thing about Wayne, though, is that it's the women's team that are national champs and stuff.
The women's team played like 5 games and won every game like 56-0.
They're beasting.
Shout out women in the workplace.
Yeah, shout out to the Wayne's women team.
Dang, doing it big.
Hey, noticeable note is that Shattern is starting to pick it up. So they had the Shattern team down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite the travel.
The Shattern women's team had a girl number 3. Hey, listen, girl. If you ever listen to this podcast, you're a straight monster. And I'm telling them, like, feed her the rock. Because every time she touched the ball and she was on the, going into the, well, in football it'd be end zone or the red zone. And anyways, in the opposing team's territory, they scored each time. And so
she was a big girl, and she had juke moves and spin moves.
She broke a girl's ankle.
Ooh.
She would grab them with one hand and throw them down.
Let me describe this juke move she did.
You got it on camera?
We should have.
We couldn't. We were too busy, like, admiring it. It's one of those... It's like the people that see unicorns, and then they're like, let me take a picture, and then they go back, and the unicorns are gone.
Yeah.
It's basically what happened.
You didn't want to miss that moment with your eyes.
Yeah.
Your own eyes.
Shout out to everyone else outside of Wayne, Nebraska.
Yeah, back to that juke move, though. This thing happened, and while I was watching it, it looked like it was in slow motion.
Because she was literally that big. But
it's like, it took about like maybe 5 seconds for her to even move her upper body. Then her lower body moved, and then she moved all together. And during that time, the girl, like, ankles just gave out and fell on the floor. And all that happened in like 2 seconds.
it was like... I guess the best word for it was just a majestic experience.
Wow.
With your own eyes.
Shout out to Shattern. Got a good future.
She's a beast.
Hopefully she's freshman.
I wore my Marshawn shirt that Evan bought me for my birthday. It shows, the famous Marshawn doing the hold my dick into the end zone. And this brother just was like looking at my shirt, and I'm like, I looked at him, he's like, oh, and then he got all pumped up, and then he's like, that's Marshawn, and I was like, yeah.
What team's he from?
He was hanging out with Phil from our team, so...
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
He just came down?
Yeah, he's just there watching.
Is Phil a track guy?
No,
I don't know. Last year?
I don't think so.
The smaller...
He's African-American?
Yeah, he's a smaller guy, like, not like small, but like he's like shorter.
He has that track speed, though.
Yeah, I thought he always said he's in track, but then he came into rugby last year. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
And, so you got hyphy and stuff like that. And
who doesn't when I see that shirt?
we made a handshake. It was pretty cool. And
shout out to Marshawn Lynch.
That guy, he would have played, but he didn't know anything about rugby either. So he decided he was just going to sit out.
And then during that was before we played Wayne. And then I was just like, hey, I'm going to go have a Marshawn run for you. And near the end of the game I almost did a Marshawn Lynch run, but then I started getting tripped up, and then got taken out. But
yeah, for my first game, I think I played like 10 minutes, and I saw no action because our team was just
that's how it was when I played.
That other team.
I barely saw any action. I think I got into a tackle once.
I wasn't playing the position I was supposed to play because we had so many backups because we combined with that other team.
What were you playing?
I was playing fullback.
He played what you
Safety?
played. Yeah, safety.
And I was supposed to play wing.
Sweeper, it's a sweeper.
I was supposed to play wing, but
that's how I was
we
too.
had like 5 or 6 wings. So
that's how I was too. I was the same way. I was like, Milo kept telling me the whole time how I'm going to be a sweeper. And I wanted to be a wing, and then I practiced as a wing. Destroyed people on the team. I was too fast for the other people. Like, I even left earlier, and they kept running past them in practice. And so then I go in, and they had me throw a sweeper in.
Yeah, and then in the second game, I played the same fullback sweeper position, and I was involved in 2 tackles, which
nice.
Definitely I haven't tackled anybody in a long time.
It showed.
Yeah, there's some rust there. And then I felt like I gave up a touchdown just because I wasn't sure exactly what I was supposed to do.
Yeah,
so.
but it's all right. It's all about the.
Hey, we got a guest joining us right now.
Fourth in the household.
Hey,
Alicia, what's your gamer tag?
all right.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to our roommate.
Shout out to the fourth roommate, the fourth Ninja Turtle.
It's official.
And for all you main beverages companies out there, if you ever need a sponsor, just look us up. And,
if you need, if you want to ever sponsor our podcast, Pepsi or Coke. No, skin Pepsi.
Under Armour. Hey, Under Armour. I watched that Tom Brady's wife commercial.
So.
That was badass commercial.
Yeah, we can make one too.
Yeah.
We can make one better.
We'd buy one. Look as good, but
Under Armour. I would wear everything Under Armour.
Dry
If
fit.
I could. Dry fit.
If it's dry fit, I'm all in. Hey, I'd wear a dry fit tuxedo.
his wedding.
As well.
Yeah, I mean that'd be my groomsman. It'd be dry fit.
Shout out to
Dry fit.
Shout out to yeah. This podcast hasn't been sponsored by Under Armour.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I remember back in the day how like Under Armour was like what you had to have as a kid. I mean, I never had it.
I never had it
stuff,
either.
but, like, everyone...
Louis, shout out to Louis Wabera. He had borrowed Dylan Barron. Shout out to Dylan Barron. His Under Armour, and it was like the coolest Under Armour I've ever seen. It's like Hayden had one too, but Hayden, shout out to Hayden. His was short sleeve.
Yeah.
And Dylan's was long sleeve. And basically what it was blue, and then the long sleeve was yellow. And I was like, man, that is so dope. And then Dylan's like, hey, yeah, just give it back to me. And the thing about it is, Lewis was in Browntown. You let Browntown borrow any clothing item, you're never going to get that clothing item back. And that was what happened with Dylan's.
Dylan Barron let me borrow some cleats, and I don't think I ever gave his cleats back.
More than just Browntown, I guess. Don't ever let anyone ever borrow your stuff again.
Shoot, I learned that lesson in like 5th grade. I never let Lewis borrow anything. And I tried telling people. I tried telling Jordan, and Jordan never listened to me. Lewis stole like a hat and a shirt, or borrowed is the term. So
Too bad Lewis didn't let you borrow that first edition Charizard.
oh yeah, let him borrow that, Lewis.
No, what was I saying? But like back in the day, especially all those kids that used to do travel, sports all the time, all those rich kids, they all had the Under Armour and all the rich stuff. So like when we trained for a football game, I was like 8th grade, middle school.
Yeah.
They're like putting on this Under Armour stuff. I'm throwing on like a t-shirt.
Only the rich kids have.
I'm throwing on an inside out white
in middle
t-shirt.
school.
So
Yeah, I wore t-shirts. I'd wear white tees, and I'd rip off or cut the sleeves off, so it'd be sleeveless.
When I was in 7th grade, I'd have my jersey like halfway my arm, and then just a little bit farther down, you see my white shirt underneath, kind of playing.
And then a little bit underneath was that white skin.
Yeah. And then killed that until freshman year when I came out for the scrimmage. I finally had like 1 or 2 Under Armour shirts. Like I think I had 1, so that way I could wear every game. I'd wash and stuff, but I had the half sleeves, it was an NFL equipment one, and it had the half sleeves. I came out with the thin armbands right above it, and I was like looking all fresh stuff.
Yeah.
And then like I was a freshman or sophomore. Freshman year I don't know if I had the year, but sophomore year I did. I was all excited, and then they came out and said that the state of Nebraska banned certain armbands and stuff, so I couldn't wear the half sleeves. But yes, man, I was pumped because I had like these dope gloves and I had the Vapor Jets.
Nebraska sucks.
The tasseling, man. The tasseling gave me
Except
that money
for
for
Norfolk.
Norfolk. Shoot, we drove through Norfolk coming back here. I think we spent like 5-10 minutes driving through that town. That was a great town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
I was
Shout out
driving
Norfolk.
through it, and I was like, "Are we in Colorado right now? This is way too nice to be in Nebraska."
There you go.
So
They even have
there you
places
go.
for when you do illegal U-turns to go and park your car.
Yeah.
Because that's what we did. And we parked because another car was coming opposite direction, so we
Yeah.
did the U-turn, but
We
there's a
gotta
little
stop breaking
extended
rules.
part of the street, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go park there, let that car pass, and then get back on. And
Oh yeah, another thing that happened when we were coming back. We're in Grand Island,
Yeah.
and we're listening to the Nebraska game,
Okay.
and then it was like the game went
Yeah.
like all staticky, and then like you start hearing like a voice come through, and then all of a sudden you hear like a hey humba, hey humba, and then like just bad luck started to hit.
yeah.
We ran a red light.
Well, we didn't ran a red light. We were going through it yellow, and then
running red light.
Man, that light was red, and we ran through it.
Oh, it wasn't red yet. It was yellow, and then it turned red.
And then we
saw it turn red. So
we missed our turn to the interstate. I mean, that thing just threw us off.
What wasn't Grand Island? Gas?
No, that's what. Well, we stopped and got gas in Columbus.
Oh, you drove on interstate? Or highway?
Highway 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what we did.
So maybe you guys drove over like an Indian burial ground.
Oh yeah,
that's
drove over
it.
Just that one moment had that.
Yeah, I literally tell you, it was not even for like 20 feet. That's what it was.
That's crazy.
It was ridiculous. And then at the same time, or a little bit later on, Andy accidentally changed the station. And then like...
Yeah, I didn't know what it was, so I just changed it back. And Mondo like starts laughing. He changes it right back to it. And then we just jamming from then on out.
I guess.
Yeah, it was
a celebration.
Yeah, celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Oh!
And it took me like 2 seconds, and I just was laughing and I put it back on. And
yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, good old Nebraska, traveling through it. All these bands. Yeah, your armband that was banned.
Oh yeah, I was like, what?
Let me tell you, the first time I played football was freshman year of high school. Well, I mean,
the first time
technically for a school.
Oh, okay.
Is freshman year of high school, and
I thought you played in 7th and...
Nope. Freshman year is my first year ever.
Huh.
And I put on all my pads and stuff. It's like I've never put on pads before. I didn't play Pee-wee. I played nothing. All the way up till freshman year. And we had a pad, and I was like, I don't know where this goes. I'm like, oh, it's probably, to cover my junk. So I put it in the front, and I run out to the practice field, and everybody starts laughing at me. They're like, Mondo, you never played football before? I was like, no, how do you know? And they're like, because he got the butt pad in the front. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I had to go all the way back inside and switch around my pants and stuff.
You put them on backwards. Was it the ones that had them built in?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Wasn't it like the tailbone pad?
Yeah.
Tailbone protector?
So I put it in front. I was like, hey, I'm trying to watch Family Jewels.
Hey, I mean, if that pad's big enough, if it can cover all of you, then good to you. That might have been,
But hey, I was just worried about my jump.
Goldberg in Longest Yard.
And that's my deal. But I've never had any Under Armour stuff for football, so I do have Under Armour kind of built-in pads, like shoulder pads and stuff for rugby. Get in between the tackle runs.
What are they called? Girdles? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, like a girdle, but it's like up front, like a shirt girdle.
I don't know what they're called.
I don't know what it's called, but we'll call it a shirt girdle.
Yeah, one guy was wearing a girdle.
Yeah, there's other kinds, there's actually rugby kind.
Yeah.
The one I have is football, but there's rugby, and the pads they're a lot bigger. But hey, if it's a lot bigger, then less aerodynamic. So.
And Under Armour, if you want to go ahead and send us some rugby shirts,
what's this package? Express from Under Armour. Ooh, nice.
Let me know.
Under Armour, I love it.
Let us know. We'll get you an address sent to. While we're talking about football, okay? I feel like, we can dance around it, but the NFL, an organization we enjoy watching very much, has been under fire lately. We talked about it.
Oh, it's not been under fire, son. It's been under...
Especially Roger Goodell.
We talked about Ray Rice last week, and so this week, it's been a change because, as we said, he's been suspended and everything else. Like, since then, he got thrown on that, or no, he didn't. AP, Adrian Peterson, he got thrown on an exempt list, so he can't play till he's done with things.
Child abuse.
Greg Hardy,
domestic
violence. He's put on the list. And then, what's Jonathan Dwyer? He's not on the list, but he's on, this injury list, or non-injury can't play list, because he hit his woman. And then he... Let's say, his child or something. I don't even know. Yeah. But all that's happening.
Is Ray McDonald still playing? They didn't say anything about him.
Yeah, because they went for due process.
Yeah, I guess
so he's still playing, even though Harbaugh came out and said if anyone gets hit, they're off the team. I'm pretty sure it's not Harbaugh.
Yeah, it was.
Because then John basically called out.
And now he's waiting for due process, so it's like he's using him until they find out that if it was true that
I think
he's cut.
Roger Goodell's doing a great job.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't think he should.
But, I mean, even...
Oh, I don't know about that.
You know why, though?
Why?
Because 10 years ago, NFL did not have this much publicity. And they weren't this important Hold on real quick.
Seriously, there's no such thing as bad publicity, is apparently what I'm getting.
And let's also talk about that, about the fact that he finally addressed the media. And so, during his media interview...
Okay, I'm back in the game, baby.
He was sidestepping a lot of questions. And what was Skip's nickname for it? His hashtag?
Roger Dodger.
Oh,
Roger Dodger.
That's pretty great.
That is great. But, I mean, how are you going to have a news conference? The whole point of him having it was because people wanted answers. And basically his news conference was him reading his statement, and then people would ask questions and he'd be like, well, yeah, like I said in the statement, or he'd just be like, well, we're just trying to get it right.
I'm going to try to be the best commissioner I can be.
Yeah, best commissioner I can be.
Stay protected from Donkey Kong Sue.
Yeah, and my former teammate Nick Fairley.
All right.
So
let's score.
Feeling pretty pumped right now. It's in the fourth quarter, I think, with 3 minutes left. 34-24. Cowboys are up.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, something happening.
Yeah, Pick City.
So shout out to the Cowboys, which is basically my whole offensive fantasy team, because I decided to go with Des Bryant, DeMarco Murray, and Tony Romo. So,
Oh, I'm playing you today.
Hey, nice.
But I had Andrew Luck, who had the 3 touchdown passes in the first half, so hopefully he keeps that up. And
yeah, who knows how many Tony Romo has, like 5 or 6.
I'm going to have to go look. I might have my first loss in the house, or first loss in the...
I'm 0-2 in our fantasy right now.
In the fantasy league.
Yeah, I haven't been paying
Shout out to the
attention.
fantasy league players out there. Not shout out to the ESPN Fantasy Podcast. We listen to you guys, and yeah, we listen for about 10-15. Well, I mean, that's what they said, like ESPN Podcast. And
Oh, yeah, it wasn't that good.
yeah, it was 10-15 minutes, and then we just decided to look for the Husker game instead.
But yeah, back to Roger Goodell.
So let me ask you then.
He's doing a fine job.
Alright, so then obviously this answers me you. Because, he dodged questions. He didn't have the answer. Well, should he resign? Because he said he's not going to. People want him to. Should he?
No, the
You don't think
NFL
so?
is at the top of its popularity it's ever been,
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a fine job. It's a business. They're making money.
I guess.
I mean, you have all these troubles, but all these troubles have always been in the NFL. It's just the NFL is so popular now that people feel the need to talk about it because it's something everyone can relate to now.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, though, college football is also what's made football a popular sport worldwide, because you got the Samoa.
College football worldwide, people look at it ridiculously. They look at, why do you treat your collegiate athletes like superstars? That's how the world looks at it.
But the Samoa Island, they view it as that they appreciate it because they give out
Oh, man.
scholarships. And so they look at it as a great opportunity to come to America and earn a degree and help make money. Mm-hmm. One of the Bengals players built a house there. I think they said it was equivalent to like 40 or 30 G's in America. And this thing's a mansion over there. Like, it's huge.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it is nice because you think about in here in America, get that little privilege a little bit. But our countries are, like say like maybe not in our countries, but like some more places, maybe say like Samoans or like the opportunity,
a lot of NFL college players.
Yeah, linemen.
Hey, and you know what?
Linemen for days out there.
Roger Goodell's the commissioner of the NFL. So.
I don't think Roger should get fired or resign because the next guy in will try to make an example out of everything. So if they'll be doing an interview and the guy will say a slang word like I'm saying, or a fool or something like that, he might get suspended a game because he's not addressing the media correctly.
Good point.
So I mean,
but Roger Goodell, he's making he's righting his wrongs. He went back, changed the domestic dispute, even the marijuana drug policy. So Josh Gordon went from a year to 10 games, which is.
And then West is ready to play again.
Yeah, I don't even know anything about the Wes Welker thing.
Who knows?
He shouldn't.
I really should stop paying attention because everything on ESPN is just hate on the NFL. So
ESPN TMZ. Shout out to that.
Yep.
All right. So you mentioned tried to hide it, tried to make us look sly, but it is in fact midday or Sunday, so the early games are going on. Rams and Cowboys are playing, so we can't pick that game today.
Very close game though.
It is close. Andy got lucky because they called defensive holding after Tony Romo was sacked 11 yards. And it would have been third down in 21, so he got lucky. So it's gonna be first.
Wait, what? What's 9 plus 10?
21. This is fine. It's stupid, but it's funny. This kid like says something. I can't remember what he says, and he's like calling the guy stupid, and then he's like, "What's 10 plus 9?" And the kid's like 21. Pretty stupid. It'd be funny. So as we do picks today, actually not yet picks, because there's one more thing I want to talk about.
What's that?
Roger Goodell.
Another big thing that happened this week. You know, we kind of mentioned his name, Adrian Peterson.
Oh, okay.
He got put on that list. You know, the reports were, for the first child anyways, was that he hit him too hard with the switch.
That left visible wounds and...
As a discipline. And you've had players like Reggie Bush come out and say he's going to do the same thing when his child gets old enough. You know, I want to know...
I'm licking my chops to beat my kid.
Basically what that says. So, though, well, what do you guys think? I mean...
My opinion with it is, I think we need to start acting like more civilized towards stuff like that. Yeah, I think in disciplining your child is a good thing. But my thing with it is, when it comes to the father, I don't think the father should be the one disciplining his child. I think the mother should, because I think the mother has a right to whoop their child's ass if they want to. Because the mother carried the child and gave birth to the child. So the mother could whoop the child's ass.
It could be why the child's acting up, though, because he came from the mother, so you never know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure every child came from the mother.
Yeah,
well, I mean that's... Like I'm saying, they're bad because of their mother.
That's physiology, but...
Okay.
That's what I mean, though, but, like...
Wink, wink. There you go.
I mean, at one point you're like, yeah, of course he shouldn't have done that. I mean, like, part of it's like, it's discipline. Like, you know, I mean, Mondo told me stories about how back in the day, his mom would have him bring in a bundle of sticks, and then she chose which one he's going to hit him with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean,
sure,
but with that is that I deserved every time that I got disciplined. But I'm not going to be one of those people that, say like, hey, I got beat as a kid, and I'm just fine now, so people need to toughen up. They don't understand is that, society evolves, opinions change, and in today's society, child abuse is something that, law is clamping down on. And kids these days, they know it, and they take advantage and like, hey, you're going to whip me, I'm going to call the police on you and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's basically discipline now is, trying to raise your kid right from the very beginning and trying to beat it into them. So I think people should.
Because I think just beating your kid just brings out just bad negative emotions out of the kid as they grow up.
I think it's find that balance. I mean, in the AP situation, I mean,
I think AP's a great guy. I don't know him, but
a lot of people are defending him, saying it's discipline, how they're disciplined. I think they forget the one key thing is they were probably disciplined by their mom or dad. They're not disciplined by a 220 pound.
Yeah, they're not disciplined by an actual man.
Like,
I was disciplined by 220 pound 6'2" man. So
runs was AP run a 4.17?
Pretty sure my dad ran like a 4.2.
Oh.
I don't know.
All right, update on the game here. It was 3rd and 3 with 16 or 17 left. And Tony Romo threw an incomplete pass on 3rd down, so they're gonna punt. 2-minute warning, no timeouts for the Rams. Have a chance to get in field goal range.
All right,
Greg Blake can miss another field goal.
Hey, might go into overtime.
There we go.
Or they might score.
The way it should.
All right, though. So back to the topic, though. You guys are, pretty clear. It's like, you gotta find that balance a little bit. And, AP's dealing with that because, he also has a second case, because apparently.
Oh, what happened? I think last year.
Apparently, he has like 7 or 8 kids or something. I heard.
One of his
he has a lot of kids
died because.
Not because of him.
It wasn't because of him, but
another guy like
his ex-fiance or wife, or not. It wasn't his wife, but girlfriend was. I don't know the full story.
It's like one of his baby mamas or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but yeah.
Killed kid accidentally by punishing.
So
Adrian Peterson has a whole history.
Kind of a rough point, and so he's gonna be out until further notice to get that figured out. So sorry for fantasy owners and Vikings fans. You guys got one win at least against St. Louis. Celebrate it. And that's the last until next year.
Speaking of fans, we listened on the radio to the woman that was like, if a girl strikes a man, like they replayed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then she could get struck back. And I just started laughing.
Ravens fan, though.
Sorry for her.
They did say like 7,000 some people returned jerseys yesterday.
Shout out to Ray Rice jersey owners.
Yeah.
Try to sell that on eBay.
Shout out to Joe Flacco stock. Alright, so we'll finish this up. We'll do some picks. So far, after 2 weeks, I've cut it out, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think I've gotten them. I have Andy. Andy is 6-7. So far after 2 weeks.
Say that sounds right.
Armando is 6-7 after 2 weeks, and I'm somehow 8-5. After a first strong week, I settled down. Didn't do quite as good last week, and so this week, obviously we can't pick any of the early games. Well, I guess what we'll do here. Well, we have 2-minute warning. Rams have the ball. They're on the 14. St. Louis, no timeouts. Who's gonna win the game?
Cowboys.
This is Austin Davis.
Cowboys, because Zach Stacy,
But let's just remind
they got
you,
stuffed.
Cowboys have one of the worst defenses.
And Austin Davis has thrown for 300 some yards. He's a third stringer, so I'm picking Austin Davis right here. Drive him down, get the win. At least a game time field goal. So I'm picking them to win though.
Okay.
Overtime, whatever. So Cowboys, Rams. All right. So we'll go ahead and we will go towards some of the later games. We'll go ahead and just give updates. Chargers are winning 20-10. They seem to be doing pretty good. We have Redskins, Eagles.
Chargers throw it. Antonio
there's
gets the
something I
ball.
wanna say. If Kirk Cousins ends up doing a pretty good job, you think he's going to actually take RG3's job?
I think because the fans will say it.
The organization, I think, made too big of a move to move up and get him.
Yeah.
I'm
I think that they would trade Cousins
I'm not complaining.
to get something
RG3,
valuable.
People really like his personality.
Yeah, he's got that part.
Things,
but it's a part of being healthy. I mean, the fans, at one point, do the fans say, we're going to...
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do this game because Redskins have the ball, but 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, tied 27-27.
Oh.
I'm going to go with the Redskins.
Where's it at?
It's in... I don't remember.
That's a
Redskins are away. So in Philly.
Give me Philly.
Strategic
Shout out
move
to the Fresh Prince.
by
Will
me.
Smith.
Well, it's a move by me because Eagles 2-0.
I think Redskins. I'm
They
feeling
go
Redskins.
3-0.
I'm feeling Cuz.
Cowboys win, you know.
Yeah, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling Kirk Cuz.
So,
Take him home, Cuz.
Kirk Cuz.
No. Hey, give it to Shady.
Oh, no. Giants going for that first win. Or they already have a win. Wow, Giants. Saints won. Bengals won. Lions are winning 19. Or not, Bengals or not. Lions won. The Ravens won 23-21. All right.
What's
Patriots
9 plus 10?
Patriots 16.
Oh.
Looks like Bortles is 10 for 20, 192, one touchdown.
Oh, nice.
Not bad. Might be getting some starts.
Not Derek Carr's level yet, but
I think
moving up there.
Well, Derek Carr was 23 for 31. Or 21 for 34 for 174. So Bortles already had more yards and more touchdowns. So and less game time.
He has Denard with him though.
Oh, okay. Carr has McFadden. The ritual Denard.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go because there's some good games this afternoon. Actually, we'll just pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games this afternoon. Might as well just pick them we picked 2 already. Yeah, 7 games this week. We'll do that. All right. So let's start out with the first set of afternoon games. Let's go Niners Cardinals. We have the 1-1 49ers and the 2-0 Cardinals.
That sounds look like a great game. Not surprising me that Cardinals are 2-0.
I mean, Cardinals beat the Chargers though. Chargers are gonna be a tough team this year, and they beat last week too.
I feel like no matter who I pick for this game, I'm gonna get it wrong. So I'm gonna pick Cardinals.
Just remember.
I believe I heard Carson's out.
Yeah, so Stanton's playing again. He played alright last week, but he didn't play great. I saw some bad throws by him.
Yeah, Niners aren't looking too hot either, so this is anyone's game.
They looked good for a first half last week.
But I'm thinking, because Honey Badger's still getting into lingo, so he's not playing as many snaps as he would, because he's still trying to get healthy. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Niners on this one.
Okay. Alright, so you're going Cardinals. I'm going Niners. I don't think Drew Stanton's weak enough. Niners rebound after last week. And so I'm picking Niners to win. Kaepernick, take it. We'll do a quick brief thing. Then looks like the Cowboys are going to get the win. Austin Davis threw deep and got picked off by Claiborne.
Nice.
So for the win.
Claiborne.
The Cowboys.
Well, I guess 7-7.
Andy and Mondo are already moving up. Alright, I'll take a loss. I guess you have to lose sometime. Alright. So
you already had a loss, so I mean, you mean
a live update on the podcast.
Enjoy that. All right, so we have
this just in. I got another win.
Just listen. All right, so now Broncos Seahawks got the reigning champ Super Bowl rematch in Seattle, but Seattle did not look very good last week. Did not get the ball to Marshawn Lynch, and the Broncos have had 2 second half collapses and almost lost both games.
You know what? I'm riding with the Broncos. If they get punked out again, then if the Broncos make the Super Bowl again, they better hope they're not going to play the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Third time's the charm.
They'll get punked again. So I'm riding with the Broncos, and I'll accept this loss, which will most likely be the outcome. But I still got to ride with my team.
Seahawks.
You going Seahawks?
Yep.
I'm going
Dang,
Broncos.
I picked your team to go and say, all right.
I'm going Broncos.
Hey, I got you that win.
I think the addition of Emmanuel Sanders is going to be a difference, and they're going to come in and do work on Seahawks. Maybe for the Super Bowl it'll be different, but I think Manning comes in, fired up, ready to go, wins this game.
Oh, TJ Ward, shout out. I like that.
There are some good afternoon games.
All right, we'll do the probably the worst game of the week or the afternoon. Chiefs Dolphins.
Woo.
Chiefs 0-2. No.
No Sean is out.
No Sean, but no Jamal Charles. Alex, big contract Smith's playing.
I'd go with the Dolphins.
Dolphins. What do you think, Mondo?
No, the Chiefs have been looking pretty good actually. But they did take a loss with Derek Johnson.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if Eric Berry's gonna play because he left the Broncos game last week. They still got my boy Panda, Dontari Poe.
They got Miles Davis
and Tamba Hali.
Not surprised with Miles Davis
and Kelsey at tight end. So I mean, I'll go with the Chiefs against the Dolphins.
Right. I'm gonna go. I'll go Dolphins. I say Tannehill.
Well, hey, you do know Ricky Williams doesn't play for them, right?
Yeah. I'm going to take that risk in case he comes out in retirement this game. All right. Steelers.
One game only.
One game only.
1 day contract.
All I heard about was that new drug policy. Came back in. Steelers, Panthers.
I think this is going to be a good game.
It's going to be a good game. I think so, too. Steelers 1-1. Got blown out last Thursday. So through this week.
Panthers
2-0. Can think go 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go with Panthers. The most impressive wideout so far has been Calvin Benjamin.
I think I say Steve Smith, or Stephen's not anymore.
Steve Smith Sr.
I was thinking in my mind. I think I say receiver. And so I was thinking in my mind because he had to put a big play last week against the Steelers. I'm going to go Panthers also. I think Cam Newton keeps continuing to get better.
I guess we're all going to ride or die with this one.
Yeah. We might all get wins. All right, last game we'll pick. Bears, Jets.
Monday night.
Gino, needing the boys pretty good. And they're the favorites at home against Jake Cutler and the Bears. But Jake Cutler second half last week.
And we can't forget the fact that Aaron Rodgers shredded the Jets. So I'm going with the Bears.
I'm going with the Bears as well.
All 3 Bears. All right, chalk them down. We'll have the official update.
Yeah, we do. We got a brown bear, black bear, and white bear.
Polar bear.
Yeah, polar bear.
Polar bear.
All right, that's our podcast this week. Alicia with outro.
All right.
There you
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
it is. She can't talk.
Peace out.